But we begin this morning with the announcement from the Nassau Off-Track Betting Corporation, OTB, that it now wants to place a controversial mini casino at the Belmont Park racetrack. The video gaming parlor has already been rejected by Plainview, Westbury, and Uniondale, and there's opposition building now in the communities around Belmont.
We're taking it right to the end. We do not want a casino.
This past January, Westbury residents successfully went to court to block Nassau OTB's plan to place a 1,000 video lottery terminal at the closed Fortunoff store. Now OTB officials say this is the next best bet, the Belmont Park racetrack in Elmont. In a statement to TV 1055, Nassau OTB says Belmont Park is the best possible site for the video lottery terminal to ensure local communities receive increased benefits. Nassau OTB says the gaming parlor could mean $100 million a year in revenue, with $20 million going to Nassau County, but there's already local opposition. Nassau County legislator Carrie Solage says he'll lead a campaign to stop OTB from bringing gambling to the Elmont community.
No community wants us in their backyard, even if there was a guarantee of revenue, which there isn't. You know, us planning to fulfill our county budget by having a casino is like us planning our family budget on the expectation of winning the lottery.
Solage says since Nassau OTB chose a state-owned racetrack, it will now need state legislative approval. Other residents worry about increased traffic on busy Hempstead Turnpike.
Well, during rush hour on a regular, it's pretty, the Hempstead Turnpike traffic is really hefty. So adding casino here, I'm pretty sure will add more traffic.
But some residents see opportunity for the economically depressed community.
If it's going to bring revenue in for people to have jobs and to make more money and, you know, spruce up the place around here, yeah.
I guess it'd be nice because it would be some sort of industry, a little bit of, hopefully a little bit of economic boom, probably employing some people in the community.
Video parlor supporters add that the state law authorizing the video slot games was passed by public referendum in 2013. And Nassau OTB says it'll first put up a temporary gaming parlor at Belmont and then a permanent one if it's approved by the state legislature, would cost tens of millions of dollars. Joining us now is one of the local opponents to placing the video gaming parlor at Belmont. He is Thomas Tweedy, the mayor of the incorporated village of Floral Park, which borders the Belmont Park racetrack. Welcome to the show, Mayor.
Thank you for having me.
So why do you oppose the track?
We oppose the track for many reasons, not the least of which is the New York Times most recently came out and stated in their editorial, and I think I agree with it, is that casinos are instruments of blight. We have seen, we've yet to see a community that really has been enriched by the placement of a casino in its midst. It tends to be a regressive tax. The promises of revenue are rarely seen. And the plan, and in this particular case, it has been dropped. The idea of this being foisted on a local community, bearing all the burden and deriving none of the benefit, and also not being part of the process.
You know, Resorts World has a video gaming parlor right over at Aqueduct. Have they seen the kind of deterioration to their community that you're talking about?
South Ozone Park has seen a exponential in the amount of crime that they've been dealing with. We've seen the commercial district being decimated. The only stores opening now over there are pawnbrokers. So
what are you going to do to oppose it? We saw the tactics used elsewhere with big public rallies, and are you going to sue?
We have retained counsel, and presently, Richard, there's a draft sitting on my desk of a complaint which we're ready to propose.
Well, that worked in Westbury. They were able to get a restraining order, and then OTB backed off. Right. And so, you know, depends on, it's never really gone to a full case to see what the merits of it will be. And, you know, the supporters are going to point out it passed by referendum. Then the state law was passed, and, you know, and it passed fairly handily. People voted for it, but then when it comes to putting it in their backyard, everybody's saying no.
Well, that would be true for all except Floral Park. While it did pass with strong support out on Long Island, there was one community that voted against it, and that was the hosted community of Floral Park, who understood the ramifications of their votes and voted down 2-1. As it relates to the issue of different, each area is different. Westbury had their concerns. In Belmont Park, well, the first hurdle they must overcome is that it's not legal to place a VLT at Belmont Park. It's the state the state tax code presently specifically excludes the placement of VLTs at Belmont Park and Saratoga.
Yeah, that's going to complicate the situation with it needing approval from some state agencies as well as the state legislature. Now you see people coming out for and against it. You had Congresswoman Rice as opposed to it. State Senator Martin's kind of on the bubble. But then you had the Hempstead Town Supervisor, the new one, Anthony Santino, say he thinks it's a good idea.
But again, that's before the jurisdiction as it relates to zoning, as it relates to Hempstead Supervisor, will be very far down the road. But Congressman Meeks came out recently in support of it. Speaker Heastie is in opposition to the VLTs at Belmont as well.
Well, the debate goes on, and again, you know, supporters, they say, well, if it isn't going to go here, where should it go? This is a racetrack where people already bet.
That's one of the myths. Gambling is gambling. Horse racing is qualitatively different than the VLT. VLT is called the crack cocaine of gambling at this point. And where the idea of a day at the park from 8 hours or 10 hours of racing, you know, where there's 22 minutes between racing and you get to see the sport of kings, the elegance, and Belmont Park is the anchor for 37,000 jobs in the state of New York. I don't think the casino, if you add up all the jobs, they come anywhere close to that.
You're calling on Nassau legislators to fire the appointed directors of Nassau OTB. They have that ability. But with the Republicans appearing to be in favor of this and having the majority, is that even a reasonable expectation that anybody will act on that?
I haven't asked them to fire them. I've asked them to replace them.
Well,
they have the authority. They have the authority as a legislature. I did not elect anyone that sits in OTB. I elected County Executive Mangano and my legislators Nicolello and Muscarella.
What about the fact that the county is desperate for money? That's one of the reasons the county executive is in favor of putting it there. He wanted it elsewhere originally, but it didn't work there. He wanted it in Plainview. And now he's saying, look, we need $20 million. We've got the state on our back to balance our budget.
If the county were run with the same discipline and accountability as a local village, they would find a way to do it. I have to meet a tax cap. I always have. It's a $2.9 billion budget. We're talking about $20 million, 0.07% of it. I would say this, Richard. If I think the county residents, as you said, Plainview and Bethpage opposed it at the Brace Palace. Hempstead, Hofstra, and Uniondale opposed it at the Hub. Westbury and Call Place opposed it at Fortunoff's. The villages of South Floral Park, Belrose, Stewart Manor, South Floral Park, and the hamlet of Elmont are saying it's not a good idea here either.
Well, it goes on. And meanwhile, all of a sudden, Floral Park all over the news here, usually sort of a quaint, quiet place, but the governor coming out saying he wants to revive the proposal to build the third track for the Long Island Railroad from Floral Park to Hicksville. It's been talked about for decades. Now he says he can do it because it's only going to affect 50 property owners versus a couple hundred before. What's your position on that?
We would still be opposed to the third track, as we were 10 years ago when we saw this idea of this unwanted, unneeded billion-dollar boondoggle. When Helena Williams left and now new President, Long Island Railroad President Nowinowski says there are many, many other things that should be done first. A coach yard out in, and one of the big things to say is reverse commute. Well, what the problem with the reverse commute with the two tracks is they don't have a place to store yards in the morning. So they have to race trains during rush hour to get them back east in position to bring commuters back west. So a coach yard in Huntington, a second track into Ronkonkoma, electrification into Port Jeff, and a coach yard in Port Jeff, and untangling Jamaica.
Well, how would this hurt Floral Park, though? I mean, you have this problem of tremendous congestions and delays because there's not enough space to add extra capacity to deal with the crowds.
I think once again we're looking at the idea that what's the plan? Floral Park and all the communities in western Nassau County would bear all the burden and derive none of the benefit. What we would see is the incredible engineering that would have to be taking place the Floral Park Station would have to be rebuilt. The streets would need to be closed to do this work, to do the engineering that would be required to do this. And then the other issue we have is the grade crossing eliminations at New Hyde Park Road and Colvard Avenue. North and south is the problem we have in New York. East-west we do okay. But if we were to have the grade crossings we would end up having the gates down for 45 minutes an hour during the entire rush hour.
Well, you're right in the crosshairs of both of these topics now, and you'll be hearing more from the village of Floral Park and its mayor, Thomas Tweedy, about it all. Thank you for explaining where you stand on this, the Long Island Railroad expansion of a third track, and also Belmont Park getting video gaming parlors. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.